Greetings everybody, Uncle Mo here, bringing you another edition of Mo's Mining Musings. Out here near East Cilia on Calypso, still been hunting quite a bit, really just trying to get those hunting skills up. As you all know, I spent pretty much the first half year of the game exclusively mining, and my hunting skills were just sorely neglected. So I've really been spending the past couple months trying to get that caught up. I just want to be able to have a choice of what to do in game, and hunting seems certainly viable as a profession. I just want to show you where we're at. I got the map of Calypso here. East Cilia is, you got your Twin Peaks right here. So just a bit of a jump down here. There's the East Cilia Mountains, and all around here are these Primordial Longus. So currently on a mission for those, and if you're not sure where, there's a mission. The mission guy's just right about here. If you can see this small arrow, it's real close to the teleporter, so you don't have to go very far. I never understood why they put some of these mission guys on Calypso just way far away in the mountains, or you know, what's the point of that? It doesn't really add to the immersion of the game. So hopefully one day I'd just like to see a whole terminal that's a iron mission terminal with all the iron missions. Just go pick them all up. But at any rate, this particular iron mission I'm on here, I think it's stage 2. So you need to get 3,000 points worth. And the thing I like about this particular iron mission is that there's a point system involved where all the mobs they're worth different amounts of points based on their hit point level. So as opposed to your Aatrox mission up here, where it's just one mob, no matter how difficult it was, no matter how much ped you spent on it, one mob is one mob, and that's it. Where here, if you're actually hunting the bigger guys, you're getting more points that way because they take longer to kill. If I'm hunting the smaller guys here, this matures pretty small guy, you're going to get less points for that. So I hope more iron missions are redone like this. I think that's a much better way to go. It makes a hell of a lot more sense. You know, because doing the baby trox as opposed to the big ones, we're talking a whole different type of player, whole different ped cards. So, you know, you might as well, if the guys are using a bigger ped card, going after the bigger mobs, yeah, but give them some more points for those mobs so they can get their reward, well, quote-unquote quicker or with less mobs. So, I need another 500 points here to finish up this this level 2 of the mission. As you can see, I'll probably go with this 2.7 pid courage skill. I'm really trying to get that evade up. That's going to help out with that. Rifle's a cheap skill, which is why I get the bigger implant, and then inflict melee damage. Melee's been kind of, it's been something that's been kind of neglected in game, sort of. I don't know. I think it's been revamped once. A lot of people are begging for melee amps, so you know, all the other weapons in game you can amp up. Well, I suppose Mind Force you can't, but your rifles and whatnot you can amp up and make them more powerful at the expense of more decay and more ped. But I'm just going to start going after some of these guys. HL6 handgun with an A104 amplifier, and yeah, handguns are really the way to go. They really are. I'm going to check my settings. I don't know if the sound's going to be a bit loud. It feels loud in my headphones, so. There, I hope that's a little bit better for y'all to hear. I know sound quality has been a bit of an issue for some of my videos, and you know, I was real grateful for Cerberus to join me on a previous video. That's you can hear him. It's a good video about fapping if you're interested in the healing profession of this game. Definitely go check it out. Even if you don't want to do the fapping profession, you just want to hire one. There's some good tips for etiquette and pricing and things like that. So that should definitely benefit you if you haven't caught that yet. A couple episodes back. But yeah, just here doing these Longu. Really not impressed with this mob so far, to tell you the truth. They hit really hard. I'm in Jarhead right now with 5 Bs, and the good news is they don't hit very often, but when they do, especially the bigger ones, the level 22s and up, you can die. You can definitely die. if they crit you, I've been critted for 180 for by the providers. Well, let's see, it's level 25s and up. Come on. With these guys, it's real difficult to get globals on them, and I like hunting mobs where there's an excellent chance of getting a global on, like the Aatrox. Obviously, that's every. Whoa! See, look at that shit. 107.3. Let me heal up here. Hopefully, I don't die. Been leveling up the regen chip healing. I don't know if it's something I'd go with or if it's eco, but I'm gonna level it up. The skill itself is worth a ton. So even if I just leveled it up, just to chip that out, I think it would be worth it. Decent mob there. Let's go ahead and take a look at how much ped. I get 10 ped. Probably a 15 pedder there. Not too bad. They can drop nothing. I've seen them drop nothing and Nova fragments. So they're a frustrating mob. I'd much rather have the long tooth back or something like that, where your chance of globaling is much better. And they're tiered differently. There's some Primordial Longus that are much higher in level that they're just not really soloable unless you have. I'll just show you some armor here. I'm trying to work up to get a set. But unless you have some Spartacus armor, which is really expensive, this stuff, every piece goes into this is probably the cheapest piece. Everything else will be in the 200% range. But as you can see, the penetration, impact, cut, stab, we're talking in the 28-40 range. So you'll need something like that. You'll need a flapper. But the difference between the smaller guys here and the big guys that just hit like the big guys are really difficult. And they just don't seem to bridge very well. Not sure how to describe it, but if you got your Aatrox, you can go from small to medium to your big ones. With these guys, it's just you're either doing the small guys here, or you got to go after the big dogs. I forget where those are located. Let me see if I can look at it really quick. I think by Ashy, somewhere over here. I want to say Ashy, but don't quote me on that just yet. But they are just nasty. So I'm just trying to do the ones that I can do, and maybe knock out some of these iron missions. Again, I really don't like hunting them. I'd much rather be spending some time on something else like Longtooth or finishing up some Aatrox missions. But to get through the Aatrox bronze, we're talking 26,000 or whatever those. It's just not going to be done overnight. That's one of those. If you're a hunter and you get through that, you're doing really well. Takes a lot of patience to get through them. But I'm just going to go ahead and knock some of these guys off, and who knows what we'll get. Most of the loot's pretty small, you know. We got a couple pedders. You'll get some no ped. And yeah, not too exciting. The point system, just to get back to that real quick, if you're doing the youngs and the matures, you'll get like 6 points, and they go up from there. And I think Entropedia will list them all out. There's actually there might be a thread on Planet Calypso. Check one of those. There's a thread that'll tell you the exact point totals. Let's see, we got ped and a half. So you're looking at probably a 3 ped mob there. They're not too difficult to kill. They really aren't. Like I said, the disparity in hit points from these smaller guys up to the big ones it's night and day. It's really an odd mob. I hope everybody's been doing alright. I kind of had a really bad weekend due to some real life stuff. But I kind of injured myself a little bit. So I missed a couple workouts. I'm back at it today. I did order a new workout called Shalene Extreme, and I realized that in order to do that, I need a good weight set, so I'm kind of putting that on hold until I can get some good adjustable type free weights. You know, I've seen those where you can click it, and then select your weight. So I need to kind of shop around and see what I can get. Christmas is coming up, holiday time, so you know it's expensive time for everybody, and I got to be careful with the peds, careful with the real life dollars, and yeah, I just had some stuff come up that's gonna make me even poorer in real life, which stinks. Almost done with school though, so I'm hoping to switch jobs, transfer departments at work. That's gonna get a lot of stress out of my life once this class is done. I don't know how these kids do it. You know, you go to school and work full time. So difficult. You know, I'm 37, so my days of pulling all-nighters to study, no, I can't do that anymore. These are nice to drop. They drop some output amplifiers that are they'll sell anywhere from 180 to 200%. So you can build up a good stack of 20-30 pet on that. Not a huge aggro range on these guys. You can pretty much just walk right up to them, and I'm using a pistol, so yeah, walk right up to them and shoot them. Trying to figure out what to texture this jarhead with. I thought some scoria might look interesting, but as you can see, it's got the kind of camouflage, gray camouflage pattern. So I'm not sure how well it'll texture, if you can even texture it. I don't know about that stuff. I'll let you know though. If anybody has any thoughts though, hey, throw some comments in the video. I think the only set I've seen is just colored orange. That was looking a little different. Finally got the shin guard, so I do have the whole set. I probably mentioned that in the previous video, I can't remember, but I way overpaid for the shin guards. They're an expensive piece. I guess they're rare. I think I paid plus 400 for them. And look today, there's a set on there for plus 350 for the males. Roll a female avatar, huh? Much cheaper armor. Although much harder to find on a lot of the sets. So, any of you ladies got any opinions about that? Chime on in. Or those of you that play ladies. I think though, females the way to go cost-wise. It's kind of it would be nice if they just had unisex armor. You know, it'd probably make the game a hell of a lot simpler. I mean, we're kind of in the future. We can just pretend the armor will conform to boobs and stuff, or man size, man boobs, or whatever you got. Different body forms. See, Nova fragments. You get that a lot with these guys. Frustrating. I'm just not even sure once I do this second level mission whether I'm going to do a third level or not. You can see some Trox are rolling here. 68 ped or 8 Trox mature, 121 ped. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to be into. Obviously, that's probably one of the most popular mobs in the game. But for not a lot of investment, you've got an excellent shot at globling. This is kind of a weird spawn. There are a lot of hunters out here hunting, and you know, I've been told by a lot of hunters that the more a mob spawn gets hunted, the more it will sort of increase in density if it's just a non-land area, as far as the density and maturity of the mobs. And the few weeks I've been hunting them, I just haven't seen that yet. As you can see, just on the radar, I got it all the way zoomed out, and there's just not a lot of dots on the radar, and the regen rate is slow. So you run into some points where you got to pick up and move a lot just to find a new group of mobs. A lot of people ask me if I'm getting the itch to mine again. Sort of. I'm at the point where getting started on hunting is a hell of an investment. So I had to get several different armor types just to be able to have a good variety of mobs to hunt. Obviously, the weapons come with a certain amount of markup, and I'm just not at the point where a lot of hunters get to the point where they're using a consistent weapon, a consistent amp, and they're extremely eco. I'm just not there yet. So I'm trying to work to a couple levels. Hey, if you want to comment on the video what your favorite kind of hunting weapon and amplifier is, by all means. An Apis plus a Dante, I think is kind of what I'm shooting for. Very expensive combination initially, but apparently very eco. So that's been recommended by several hunters in game. Handguns have been very much recommended. It seems that the markup is just a hell of a lot less. The rate of fire is better, and it deals with mobs that have a higher regeneration rate for health. The handguns just seem to work better. So, the idea with a higher regen rate mob is you just want to cut that sucker down as quick as possible, eliminate as much regen time as possible, because the more time you allow that mob to regenerate health, the more ped you're wasting, the less eco you are. And I'm no expert. This is, again, my vids are for people that don't play the game or just getting started. That's my primary audience. I'm certainly not here to tell anybody in game that's been hunting for 5 years what to do. And again, I do welcome everybody's comments. A lot of people have commented in the past on videos, and I've gotten some tips out of it. So they're appreciated. Thank you. Previous viewer told me, hey man, why are you letting 5 or 6 mobs beat on your armor at once? You're just increasing how much repair damage you have to do unnecessarily. And I'm thinking, man, that's a good point, something that's very obvious that I missed. I was quite happy that, if I have 6 or 7 mobs on me, and they're all doing 1 damage, I'm thinking, well, I'm good. But that's not the case. That's not a good way to think. When you're fighting mobs and they're doing 1 damage all the time, you know that you're overprotecting. That's why I'm wearing the setup. I don't have probably a great setup here, but it's not bad. These things do hit like a truck, so I need to have plates in. You can kind of see with my evade level, it's starting to get up there, starting to get better. Mobs aren't hitting me as much as they used to in the past. But overprotecting, if you're using a setup where it's 1 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage constantly, you could probably, you want to investigate to going to maybe removing some plates or a lesser strength armor, if you will, one with a lesser armor factor or lesser protection, because you're just wasting ped. On the other hand, look at that, Nova fragments. Blah. On the other hand, there's some mobs where you just need to throw on some bricks and go after them. Particularly your higher end, higher level mobs. Not sure how I feel about this hunting loot reorganization, but I think it's still too early to tell. Well, I don't like this. I don't like getting Nova fragments all the time. And I don't care what you're hunting, sometimes you're just going to get unlucky. Not very exciting loot here. Nothing really high markup. That's a tough thing to do in the hunting profession. Finding mobs that have consistently high markup loot. Get a lot of TT food in game. That's loot where it has a a markup of 105% or less, where it's just really not worth it to sell due to the auction house fees, unless you have a huge ped card and a lot of patience. We're just going to relocate. Where am I? There we go. This looks better. And I picked up a little Atrax. We'll go ahead and dust this guy. Nice lightning storm outside, so hopefully I get to finish this video before power goes out. At any rate, yeah, back to working out. You all know that's a big thing in my life. I'm down. I'm not sure the number I mentioned last, but I'm in the 35 pounds total lost range. So I'm doing well, but I'm looking forward to kind of changing up workouts. I was getting to the point where what I was doing just wasn't challenging anymore, and that's a bad place to be. Yeah, these providers and above, they can hit you pretty damn hard, folks. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, getting ready to try a new workout. It's gonna be more weightlifting, and still gonna try and do plenty of cardio, but this is definitely gonna focus more on the weights. But it's more of a, it's not heavy lifting, it's very slow reps. Slow reps, focusing on form. You know, trying to eliminate momentum during your lift, things like that. The gal that does the workout, Shalene Johnson, she's just amazing. Amazing shape, gorgeous lady, great motivator. Very knowledgeable. Well, folks, I'm going to give you just a few more mobs here and there in this area. Again, this is what you see is what you get. You know, I think I've globaled on this iron stage twice out of this many mobs. You know, take this number, divide it by an average of about 8 or 9, and that's how many of these guys I've killed, and 2 globals out of that. Let's do the math, shall we, folks? 2651 divided by 9 for an average. Yeah, almost 300 mobs and 2 globals. That's not my kind of hunting. Not fun. I mean, just looking at what, I mean, everybody, you know, this field's full of hunters right now. You can't see them. Most of them congregate north of the teleporter. And no globals, nothing's really going on. And the big guys that take a team to hunt, those are the ones that you're going to see global for like 70 or 80 ped. And we're talking team hunting, you know, with huge weapons, huge decay for armor or whatever setup you got going on. There's a Longu, a Marauder, big dog, 164 ped, and a big deal. And you'll only see these on occasion. So bottom line, I don't like the mob. I'm just going to do it to get some iron mission out of the way, and I am out of here. So we'll give you one more. Maybe we'll try the threat. One more mob. Otherwise, you know what I have to do to hit globals, folks? I got to turn the damn camera off. See what you got, and let's just add this monster up. 0.2. Yeah. Okay. Not having fun. Well, I had fun making the video, and always grateful for y'all for watching them. I know a lot of new players get a kick out of them, and Again, if you haven't started playing the game yet, give it a shot. I will be taking on I'm going to take on mentors. If you're going to deposit $500 or more, I'll take you on as a mentor. Again, I know that seems like a lot. It seems a lot of people look at the what am I going to spend 500 on an MMO? You want to think of this less as an MMO and more of like a poker website or sort of an investment website. You know, you wouldn't stick just a few bucks in your poker account, or if you're trading stocks, you're going to start off with a $500 buy-in. So you kind of want to use that frame of mind when you're playing this game. I know everybody's different with your bankrolls and your buy-ins in real life. And some of you in college, I get it. There's other ways to play the game and other videos that deal with that. But I'm just putting it out there. I do have people asking me if I can mentor them, and I just really want you to be serious about the game. I want you to be able to take advantage of all the game systems, and you need a lot of ped to do that. So, big Prowler, Primordial Longu Prowler, 58 ped, big deal. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Where am I going next? No clue. No clue. Still not quite where I want to be for hunting. I'm getting the itch to mine. So who knows what I'll do next. I think I need some Foma minerals. So even though I'm not big on mining there, I'm getting the itch to drop some probes. So who knows? I might end up there, and I might even do some hunting up there. You never know. All right. Did I say one last mob last time? Let's make this big dog here one last mob. I gotta get this one last mob threat to global thing working. Look at these guys are kicking my ass. I'm probably gonna get one last death for you guys. Get off me. Big Atrax. There must be a story behind Atrax. I know there was with the Shinkiba Daykibas. Apparently one of them got taken out of game or something. Was replaced and got brought back. Weird stuff. Okay. Now these mobs suck ass. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I'll catch you next time. Uncle Mo here. I'm out.